So the reason that I'm so passionate about conversation and meaningful communication is because of this thing called the connection crisis. And I am not being hyperbolic when I call it a crisis. So AARP did a study in 1970, and they found out that 20% of their members identified as being lonely. They did that same study again in 2010. The number had more than doubled to 45%. 45% of their members that were identifying as lonely. So the social survey came out a few years ago, and it found out that the most common response when people were asked, how many friends do you have? Wait for it, 0. 0. That number has tripled over recent decades. Imagine going through life without a single confidant. And this dearth of relationships is not just making us sad, it's literally making us sick. It is killing us. Because what happens when we have weak social ties, we have increased inflammation. It decreases the body's natural immune response. There was a recent meta-analysis of 300,000 patients, and it found that having weak social ties was as harmful to your health as being an alcoholic and twice as harmful as having obesity. So these wild things are happening, but so often people are left to their own devices to figure out how to communicate, how to connect. You know, we spend 15 years studying something like social studies, and we don't even spend 15 minutes on social skills. And communication is the fundamental building block of creating these important relationships, which are so important for our personal lives and also our professional success. So that's why we need to be intentional about communication, because with a little bit of practice and a little bit of focus, anyone can connect more deeply with the people they meet and the people they love. And when you think about that, again, it's like when you don't have friends, it's like that's what opens you up for extremism. It's that when you don't belong, you will do anything to belong. You know what I mean? And so that's why, again, is providing frameworks for people to really connect is such a vital thing.